Hi, uh, I'm going to share with you my experience with primary care physician named Zahid Zafar. Zahid, it's a first name. Zafar, it's a last name. It's maybe interesting only to people who live in big Dallas area in Texas, because doctor's office, he has two offices uh, located in McKinney, Texas. I became his patient in June, I believe, 2024. Doctor looks good. The reason I chose him, his office in 1 mile of my house. It's very convenient. The first question to him was, I have pain in the neck here. Okay? He said, well, it's nothing. It's just because of in what position you're sleeping. Pain was not very hard, so I left it for later. Second thing, communication. I am calling to office. No answer. Phone call goes to voicemail. I am leaving voicemail asking to call me back. Leaving my phone number, name, all this stuff. Ignored. They never call back. I am sending email. They have two email addresses. I am sending to both. There is uh, no answer. Just they ignore patient. Okay. Third thing, prescription. In 25 days, I will be 72 years of age. And there are four medications I will have to take for the rest of my life. Well, all old people have, practically all, high blood pressure, uh, some light diabetic, cholesterol, and cholesterol. Oh, in addition, I had surgery. My uh, parathyroid removed. So again, for rest of my life, I have to take medication for that. Previous primary care physician was prescribing all of this with three refills. This doctor making only one refill. So when I need medication to refill, office doesn't answer phone calls, doesn't call back, ignoring email. If pharmacy sending them fax with request to refill, it's ignored as well. As I understand, as I understand, patient should go to doctor's office only for appointment. Everything else can be solved by phone call or email. Email saved in computer, it's a document, proof that I asked them that. But doctor making no refills, no refills. I asked him why. He said it's Aetna required with no refills. Okay, I calling Aetna because I don't trust no one. Most of people lying. Okay, calling to Aetna, recording conversation, making audio recording. And Aetna said, all these medications should be prescribed for 90 days supplies with three refills. So having one prescription, I don't have come back for this to the office during 12 months. Okay? So about Aetna requirement no refill, it was a brazen lie. Okay? Then I had to talk with about other issue, and I asked about this office manager. Office manager gave different version. The version was, she said, many patients don't go to appointment often, so prescribing medicine with no refill will make them to come every 3 months. Okay? And well, I am not paying for medical because I have Medicare and shame to say I have Medicaid. Medicaid I have for the one reason because I came in the United States when I was 38 years of age and I began working. So, Social Security and Medicare taxes began to pay when I was 38. When you began to work and pay taxes at 18 years, maybe, or many people earlier. So, my pension, Social Security pension, is low. It's not my fault. I'm not lazy guy who's suffering what it names generational poverty. Generational poverty is when few generations of people not working but parasiting off on all freebie. So my pension below poverty level. So it's paid all, but many people have all people have Medicare only. So when they go to office for appointment, they will pay co-payment, which now I think like $40 or $50. So all what going on, it names extortion. You can name it differently. Correct me if I am wrong. Okay? So, oh, another thing. I not only made phone call to Aetna, I left on portal message with the same question. And answer was, I have a copy, of course, because I am dealing with not decent people. I have a copy. It says 90 days supply plus 3 refills. Okay? I check records on internet. There are a few websites where people can leave a review of experience. Many people complaining on the same thing. They refuse communication. Each time you need ask even little thing, you have to go to office and bend over to these two females who sitting there, you know. And if you making appointment, to paying at least $40 co-payment. Communication, same things with refills, problem, and a lot of other things which I experienced later. So, about pain in the neck. In 2025 is deteriorated. So when I had appointment on end of May 2025. I had to go earlier. I made additional appointment. Okay, in April, end of April. It's recorded on the paper given like uh, about this appointment, and it stated complain on pain in the neck. Okay, so I talked to doctor. He said yes. We'll take care about. So he sent me to make basic X-rays. You know, pain in the neck. I asked about another doctor. He said, what X-rays? It's MRI. Okay, but next appointment after this April was already scheduled on May. On May, I coming to doctor. What's wrong? Why you sent me to the basic X-rays, not MRI. Oh, I'll send you to MRI. And I receiving phone call from the same place where I made X-rays with request to do the same. How it names? One word: negligence to patient. You know, and I'll make Texas medical board to take care about. Okay, so finally he gave me order for MRI with no something, I don't know, like without sticking needle here. I am calling to radiology department and saying that I have such request. First question: did you have cancer? I said yes, I had cancer. Then you need this. Let me see. This. Well, okay, with this thing. Okay. She said, "Well, no problem. I'll call right now to office and ask them to electronically to send one. Oh, with contrast. It names with contrast." I said, "Okay, you can try. I doubt they will answer." So of course they did not answer. In addition, radiology department, I have audio recording of conversation. Okay, so this entity with this doctor, they cannot accuse me of slander. Well, actually, they can accuse, but then I will sue them for defamation of character. Okay? Next day, I'm calling radiology department again. They said no response. I said, that's what I told you. So I sent them email to office. Okay? That I need this contrast. Ignored. I have to go to office again, wasting my time. And actually, I was pissed off because they don't do their job. They just humiliating me, not only me, other patients as well. So they gave me paper with contrast. They made this. Let me see when. Summary of visit. They made it in end of May. End of May. So look, I am not specialist in these medical things, but I receive results of MRI, and even I understand that there are problems. Okay, what doctor who has education not in Karachi in Pakistan but in America doing in such situation? He contacting patient and saying, I need to send you to specialist because primary care physician, it's coordinator. He need to find problem by complaints from patient or blood test. That I will talk about later. Okay? No response. So next appointment 2 months later, and he giving me referral to neurologist. Okay, I took the paper. Oh, and he on this paper wrote 3 to 5 business days, and on this request referral there is name of doctor, there is no phone number, and there is address which happened to be wrong. Okay. Now, what I think in such situation, it's obligation of doctor to give correct information of specialist. Okay, so of course they didn't send request to specialist because they don't have phone numbers, they lazy to look for it, they don't care, and this is negligence to patient again. Okay, I go to neurologist, we talk, and he said, right in 1 mile of your home, there is doctor something, pain something. Go there. And he wrote to me paper, again, what's the English word? Short circuit. I am 72 years of age. It names referral. So I go to that place and they telling me, we need referral from your primary care physician as well. So later they said they called twice. Nobody answered, nobody replied to the voicemail. I am sending email to primary care physician. I have copy. Ignored. 5 days later, I sending another forwarding that email to them again. That also ignored. I have to go to office and then I talk to office manager. I said, what's going on? Why are you not answering? You know what she said? For 7 days, we had internet down. So I said, well, but I call you. And for example, I said, your phone, it must be landline, right? She said, no, it's all on internet. Okay, if phone on internet is down, when somebody calling, the answer will be number unavailable. But I had answer, leave the message, I left message. Okay. Another thing I forgot to say. This results of this MRI came before 2 months from before next appointment. Okay, you know what office manager said to me? She said, McKinney Medical Center doesn't send to us results of test. I call radiology again, third time. I said, what, you didn't send? They said, oh, it goes automatically by fax to their office. So she lied again. Okay? And I, with pain, had to wait another 2 months for the next appointment. And so-called Dr. Zahid or Zafar again gave me referral with no phone number, with wrong address. He should take care about, not I. He get paid for this. And office manager lying again. You know, it's a lie. Brazen lie. This is company. Now let's talk about blood tests. How doctor can figure out if there are problems? First one complains because if patient already have symptoms, and symptoms means that the problem is for a long time. Okay. Another way, blood tests, which taken every 3 months, and Aetna pays for all of this. Okay. My previous primary care physician was giving this order for blood test. I receiving results. It's about 32, 34 pages. This one ordering and results, it's 6 pages. I told him that. I gave him, show him results of blood test was requested by previous primary care physician. So you see that? That's what you need to make. Medicare has approval for some prevention tests. Some hepatitis, whatever, HIV, syphilis, okay? And it needs to be checked every year. It's Medicare approved and Aetna pays. Another thing, for lung cancer, okay? I did smoke for 40 years, from the 1977, when I completed university in Russia, until March 18, 2017, when I quit. I smoked one pack, sometimes more than one pack a day of Camel filters. And Medicare says if people did smoke and quit less than 15 years ago, every year, it names test names low dosage CT lung cancer scan. Okay? So I said it to doctor. He said, "Oh yes, yes, yes. Will order it for you." And he ordered me basic X-rays. You know, CT scan. Is it the same? Even I know that MRI and no, not CT scan and basic X-rays. It's very different things. Maybe doctor didn't learn it in Pakistan. So what he doing here? Who gave him license to practice medicine? Okay, so until this June this year, 4 times I asked him to make request for the as more as possible, as paid by Aetna, stuff with blood checked, and he refusing to do that again, again, and again. I gave him the paper, what needed to be done. I gave him uh, PDF file results of test in 2022, and I emailed it to him, so he knows. Okay, and it's proof. And again, he didn't order this. Another thing, uh, I'm not sure what is that. Maybe somebody know. Anemia. It's something with blood, oh, ferrum deficiency, and something to do with B12 vitamin. Okay? So if I had it before, I need to monitor it. On the test, blood test, which I made in January, out of range was ferritin, ferrum, and B12. Okay? So next appointment on April this year, he ordering ferritin. When I came back home, there is no order for B12, but B12 very good out of range. So what? He doesn't know. Is it negligence to patient? Is it job of doctor to watch such things? I said yes. It's not I have to do that. It's doctor. He get paid. He is responsible. You know what? Doctor can say, "Oh, this is assistant mistake." Or really? On my insurance card, name, not name of assistant. It's his name. He responsible for everything. So no B12. I had to call again, but now I'm with another office, his office, because previous one on Medical Center Drive in McKinney, they just not working. You know. By the way, about that, I asked him, you see that they don't do their job. Uh, I am not only one abused by them. It's others. It's all over internet complaints. Not returning phone calls and no communication at all. I said, why don't you take care about? He said, I am not owner of this place. I am employer. I cannot fire them. I said, okay, then please If problems, I don't not asking your phone number. I don't like to call people on personal phones. Okay? Just give me your email, which goes directly to you, not through third person. And I said, I want contact information for oversight. This company names, by the way, which I recommend to avoid, names Premier Independent Physicians Group Incorporated. Okay, this is company. This company making living on Medicare. Medicare has money from taxpayers, so they living on my money and on your money. It must be oversight. Doctor said, I don't know about oversight, but I can give you contact information of big boss of this Premier Independence. And he gave me email address and phone number and name. Name is Matt Matthew Breastford. Okay, so I didn't want again. I don't like to do to people things which I don't want they do to me. I didn't call him. I sent him a mail, explain everything, all the problem, and ask him to give me a call. Nothing. About a week later, it was, I believe, November last year. I called to this guy, and it was his personal cell phone. No answer. Of course, I left message, said that I sent you email and I have complained, basically explained what, on, not on doctor, on employees of office. Okay? Then I am walking every day twice 5 kilometers with speed 1 kilometer 10 minutes. Okay, and evening I am walking. It was exactly 1800. Well, 6 p.m. My phone rings. I picking it up, and he said that I am that mad. Said okay. I said I can explain you. So I am walking, walking, talking. He listening, and I hear like some interruptions, statics, and I ask him, look, what is your phone? I cannot hear you good. Oh, I am calling not from office. I am calling from my cell phone, and I am now in vehicle driving to home. You know what? If you have giving phone call to patients who have complained on your company, okay, you call from office, not from vehicle, not on the way to home. This is disrespect, you know? And he said, oh, it was Friday. He said, I'll call you Monday, okay? I said, yes, sure. Call me Monday. But it looks like me and that individual have different, how would say, perceptions of keeping promises and decency. He didn't call back. Okay? So I sent him text message. We have some exchange of text messages. He didn't call me. He doesn't want to talk. You know? He wrote something, case is closed. How closed? He didn't answer. Okay? So, what to do? In this year, I made formal complaint on this entity, Premier something independent medical group, and made formal grievance. And I received answer from Edna. What do you think? Oh, by the way, I gave them. Oh, that guy, he looks, picture worth 1,000 words. This is saying in Russia. I saw his picture on LinkedIn. Picture says more than 1,000 words. I think I can uh, congratulate him. No, I think, I assume, I don't make statement, God forbid. I can congratulate him with Pride Month. Passive one. Okay? He said that I didn't receive email. You know what? If you didn't receive email, it comes back to me, but it didn't. Okay, so Edna wrote to me letter that they tried to contact them. They called them 3 times, 3 days in a row, left message. They did not call back. And Edna think it's okay. Well, they didn't answer. What can we do? I'll tell you what they can do. They paying for this entity. Edna pays for everything, you know. And if entity refuse to answer to you, maybe it's reason to take this entity with doctor together out of network. Why not? I gonna ask Medicare about. Okay. Next thing, uh, I received phone call. Oh, yes, I am in another office, which not in 1 mile, but in 6 mile. Inconvenient, but I don't want. Think it's different people. Oh yes, about B12. He didn't include B12, so I had uh, to call the office, but they called back, and I explained to medical assistant situation that doctor should order not only ferritin and ferrum, but B12 too, because it's out of range again and need to be monitored. He said, okay. And they sent me separate order for B12 only. Again, who should think about? Me or doctor? So what I did, I sent to doctor. Yes, by the way, the request for blood test came without doctor's signature. On all previous requested, there is signature. I think it's mandatory. I don't know. I tried to ask Quest, but they don't have phone number. They didn't answer email, but I think it's request not valid. You know, again. So I wrote all of this to doctor. I sent him email on his personal email. I explained him situation with what I asked him to order for blood test, and that he didn't send it. He sent me the basic, without other things which must be checked. For men, certainly 72 years of age. Well, you know what? 65% of my classmates from school and from university already has big bathtub with tar and keep it boiling, waiting for me in hell. Okay, so for men of such age, it should be done, and it costs nothing to doctor. Why he refusing to do that? I have an idea. Thinking of place where he had education. Maybe he is waging jihad on American people. I'm not making statement. This is assumption. Okay, so I explained him in the mail everything. All previous instances of negligence to patient. And I wrote that I don't like to make people problems if I'm not forced to. And I don't really want to make complaint on you to Texas Medical Board. Oh, for your information, Texas Medical Board, it's an agency which issued licenses to practice medicine in Texas. And in some cases, and negligence to patient is one of them, to revoke such license. And I said that I expect by mail and email PDF files request for blood test. I listed everything needed to be done. And I consulted with Aetna. They said, yes, we will pay for this, of course. And early low dosage CT scan for lung cancer. I sent it on June 26th. You think he is up? He answered. I wrote to the end, feel free to contact me if you have problems. Nothing. Okay? Then I forwarded this email to office email address, and I copy and paste it on the portal as message. So 2 days ago, I receiving email, and let me read it to you. Hello, I called and left a voice message for you to call the clinic Monday. So she stated, oh yes, my name is Megan Henson. I am a new practice manager for Lake Forest with Dr. Zafar. Let's see how we can resolve these issues. So she stated that she called to me and left voice message. They cannot use call different phone number because they have it on record. They have it in system. They just should click on my name in computer and phone call goes. So if phone call made, it will be call log of this phone call, which doesn't exist in my phone. And if people left voice message, it should be as well. So I am very polite man. Okay? I am not going to call this, what she said, for this new practice manager for Lake Forest. Okay? I am not calling her liar. I will use light euphemism. I would say that what she wrote, it's not completely correct. Okay? So I replied this message and said that you can call me on Monday after 9 o'clock. You can call me after 9 o'clock. Okay, I'll see if she will call me on Monday. Monday it will be July 6th. So I gave to doctor 7 days, but it's holidays. So if us practice manager wrote, let's see how we can resolve this issue. If issues will not resolved, on Tuesday I will make formal complaint. It's already done. All I need to copy and paste on Texas Medical Board website. Make complaint and claim negligence to patient, which can be cause of revoking the license. And it will be first one. The last instance uh, of negligence to patient I will set separately. And third one will be for another thing which this doctor going to do. Okay? And of course, this video will be uploaded on 6 platforms: YouTube, Twitter, Gab, Rumble, BitChute, and Truth Social. That will make advertisements for this place and for this doctor. So, conclusion, I would not recommend people to deal with this entity and this doctor. Okay? Thank you for listening and happy Independence Day. Bye.